And a trial by jury is set to begin in October of 2023 in a homicide case which took the life of a 19-year-old Alexandria woman. Court records show on April 14th, a jury was selected for the case against Alfred Rue IV, who was accused of second-degree murder. You may remember on October 18th of 2023 at around 12:42 a.m., Alexandria police responded to a shots fired call in the 2200 block of West Sycamore Street. Officers located Deasia Mullins of Alexandria, who suffered a fatal gunshot wound, was later pronounced dead at a local hospital, according to APD. The trial is set to begin on October 6th of 2025 in the 9th Judicial District Court. And Rue is charged with 1 count of second-degree murder and 1 count of introduction of a contraband into a penal facility. If convicted of second-degree murder, Rue could face a maximum sentence of life in prison without parole. Case is being prosecuted by Assistant District Attorney Kelvin Sanders. Rue is represented by Christopher LaCour. District Judge Chris Hazel is presiding.